final nail in the coffin. Putting him away. Buzz with 3. DRX are playoffs bound.
Coming into Champions, DRX has been on a form slump after losing in the grand final in VCT Pacific to Paper X 2-3. Then in the playoffs bracket for Masters Tokyo, falling to Paper X and NRG. The DRX only lost to the eventual 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place finishes at Masters. And in those losses, there was really only a couple of maps that were lopsided. Most of them were close encounters. So by DRX's lofty standards, they have been on a form slump coming into Champions. Well, they have shown up and proved why they are a world-class team. And I think the biggest strength that they have at the moment is their variability of play style. We're seeing slow, methodical play as well as extreme aggression, and it's catching their opponents off guard. So let's look at how they defeated Na'Vi on Bind. In the opening map of the series, Bind, DRX won the first 2 rounds before quickly falling to Na'Vi, going on a mega run and getting 8 straight rounds with some incredible plays from CNED, by the way.
The feeling, the need to win this round, Stacks has gotten it down. It's just CNED, and it's just CNED with the op. Certainly not the weapon you want in a situation like this, but he's gotten 1. Is he going to be able to get the second? Yes, he does!
Then DRX managed to stabilize, getting the final 2 rounds of the half, taking us to 8-4. Na'Vi then wins the 2nd pistol round of the match, converts their 2nd buy, before DRX goes on a defensive run this time, getting 6 rounds in a row. And this is how they won their first round.
You put him out there as a sacrificial lamb, get some info and trade off of it.
Molly's going to slow down the peak from elbow.
He's gotten it to half. He's going to stick it the whole way. Mike, he's going to stick it the whole way! Right under their noses!
The first round that we're going to look at is round 16, where I think RB does a great job of positioning and has beautiful timings and creates a lot of fake pressure with the Yoru, using the teleporter and the gate crash in combination. You're going to see the Na'Vi players have to give a lot of respect to the teleporter, and you can see that's actually crucial in how it affects the positioning in this round. So we start off with a standard Sky Flash into Fountain outside of B. This is something that you'll see a lot with Skies, but they actually use it to get RB across to the teleporter, goes through the teleporter, and then he uses his gate crash to get back onto B. Now he's going to get back onto this line. He's going to stay really quiet and not expose himself too much, not give away that he actually has faked this teleporter. But you can see Angel here, very, very worried, looking over here, wondering about it. Actually draws the attention of 3 players. They don't want to let RB get any kind of free kills here with a sneaky teleporter kill. Eventually, Na'Vi is going to have to decide to do something, and so they're going to decide to mosey on over to A. You can see CNED coming over towards here to pick up the spike. They're going to get Zipan to enter into site, and he's going to use the showstopper here. And they're going to create some space, use the Trailblazer through showers, and create a lot of space here for Zipan. It's going to be a beautiful entry into site. Showstopper doesn't find any picks. DRX giving up all of this space and allowing a Na'Vi to extend really, really strongly. And we get a beautiful molly here from Zest in combination with the Toxic Orb to kill CNED, planting the spike. And you might notice something interesting here. The position of Na'Vi is very, very far back. And this is all to do with the Yoru. DRX is given a lot of respect just playing in CT here. Now, Zipan gets all the way through into backside with the showstopper. They get the sage wall up and then the plant down, and they've gotten all of this space to work with. DRX now has to work through all of this sage wall. However, during that time, RB and Stacks looking to make a flank. They're pushed out down B long. Right as this hit is coming in, RB hits the teleporter, and then gate crashes away again. So this whole time, since Angel was watching him here, just as he comes off from holding that, RB comes through the teleport. Angel has to come back again to deal with this teleporter as Zipan's pushing into backside. So all of a sudden, what happens from this moment is they have to get the plant down. One of their site players is on site. So Getsu's worried about the flank because they have no flank protection sentinel here. They don't have a trip. He manages to get that kill on Stacks. But now it's just Zipan alone on site. DRX starts executing their retake. They get into site really, really early. They still don't know if RB's committed to this teleporter. And Xiao is holding this. DRX starts flooding into backside. They try to take lamps. Zipan counter nades through. And because of all of this pressure that's coming out, and because they have no site control, Angel has had to send his molly onto the site. But the DRX players aren't even close to defusing this bomb. They're not even close to pressuring Angel here. So that comes out really early. And then, so Getsu's molly and orb is going to come out after that. The DRX, they're playing down the time here. Zest goes down to that molly. Angel gets taken out by Mako, who hits another great shot on Xiao because he's still worried about that teleporter. Look at the minimap here. The moment that Mako is swinging into this, Xiao is worried about teleporter crunch again. Down he goes, unable to trade. Mako hits the shot on Xiao, and so he gets to left with not much to work with. 3 players left alive here for DRX and 1 second left on the defuse. Just a little bit more patience. That site control would have helped Na'Vi, but all of that pressure just created from RB. He even had a decoy. He even has a decoy that pops off right here. And this potentially could be lined up to go into the teleporter as well for more shenanigans. However, this has other uses on site from popping in this corner. The next round that I want to look at is round 23. And what we have here in round 23 is a judge on RB. He's got full util, half armor, and a judge. And this is a do or die round, 12 to 10. 2 map points here for Na'Vi. There's a lot of great places where you can use a judge here on bind, and out of necessity, RB picks this one up, and he's playing here on top of the box. He hasn't sent out a TP yet, right? He hasn't used his gate crash, so he gets to the point where he gets ready. He goes to put that down right as he hears some noise. Elects not to use it and sits on top of the box, sticks it, uses the flash to help him get out, and then gets the heal there from Stacks. And now, after losing that first blood, Zipan going down to the judge, RB sets himself up with another gate crash. They're going to dog out here with the Trailblazer. That's going to clear out B long, and then going to get ready to start defending A. You can see Zest already heading over towards A, and this is a beautiful play from Mako. He just mollies himself off from being pushed in showers, and then he's going to get his smokes down, and he's going to be able to play in this nice little corner right here. Does not get cleared at all, and now Na'Vi just have an absolutely cancerous site to try and push into. Angel gets picked off, and this orb right here is insane. This orb just makes it so easy to deny the plan on A with Viper mollies, like you saw CNED going down to it. It decays you, so you're more susceptible to extra damage from raise nades, other mollies, and just makes it complete chaos for Na'Vi to try and plant in. And so they end up having to give up here on A, and they try and make it towards B. But guess who is here and who is ready for them? Jumps up into hookah again. RB, beautiful positioning, and you can see now he's already used 2 gate crashes. He's just got his 3rd one back. As soon as he gets that back, what does he do? He gets into a position where he can maximize the value of using it and plays with his team. Just a really beautiful play there from RB, not allowing Na'Vi to get ahead on site, playing a nice little off angle, and then playing the absolute man advantage, playing with his util. This is just such a crazy spot from Mako. Like, you don't think about clearing this at all, and look at the negative space. The negative space that Na'Vi have. This is their own Viper wall and orb, and then these are their smokes. But because of DRX's smokes here, they actually just, like, they have nothing. They're compact in 2 different parts of site here. And then there's actually so much more space for DRX to work with, especially because they still control backside. And Mako, the molly into showers and then smoking himself off to be able to play here is just beautiful, round winning. Angel sneaks out here and gets a frag or 2. It opens up the whole site, but Mako shuts that down immediately. All right, coming into round 27 here, I just want to highlight this incredibly sick wombo combo that RB unleashes here with Yoru. So we're going to start out with an identical util being traded here from both Razors, Buzz and Zipan going at it. They're going to shift over towards B now, and they're going to get set up really nicely for a really strong execute. CNED places this nice wall where he threatens being able to play on top of it. He forces a lot of bullets out of DRX and the slow here. These are all reasons why Sage is getting picked up here on Bind more and more often in this new shift in the meta with slightly lower bullet counts. And while CNED is doing a fantastic job as a Sage, stalling out as the Sentinel anchor, we get the Trailblazer to come through, clear out lamps for the A players, make sure no one's lurked in behind this Viper wall. They cut noise enough to make Shao doubt it, and he heads back over towards A. Now, beautiful entry is stopped by the Sage wall, but he can't get one before heading in, and here's the wombo combo. Angel just gets put in an absolute blender by RB. So at half speed, just check this out. So RB down here sends off a lineup for his gate crash that gets into the middle of tube. There's a very easy one to get just into the pocket here, but you can actually get into the middle of tube. And I'll be releasing a YouTube short and TikTok of how to do this wombo combo, where the actual lineups are for you, so you can learn how to do it yourself. But as this gate crash is coming through, he's going to be running up long. He's going to send the decoy off in front of him. This is going to clear garden so he can just run through as well. He's going to send his flash all the way to backside. And then because Angel turns the decoy after shooting it, he turns exactly back into the other flash. So it's the decoy is setting up to be full flashed. It's going to catch anyone who is backside as well. And because it's a backside flash, getting that gate crash into the middle of tube is really important. So as you see, he turns and then he gets flashed completely again. RB is TP'd into the middle of tube, takes the backside control, and from here, DRX go on to win this round and win the game. And DRX win map 1, they go on to win map 3 as well, and they qualify for playoff.